All right, let's get right into it because we are watching a massive power shift happen in AI right now. OpenAI, the undisputed king, just declared a code red. They're canceling everything to save ChatGPT. And the irony, it's just incredible. Google did the exact same thing 3 years ago when ChatGPT first launched. The tables have completely turned. It all started with some big names jumping ship, and we're going to break down exactly why this fight matters to every single one of us using these tools.
So what's going on? Well, just recently, a memo from CEO Sam Altman went out inside OpenAI, and it sounded a massive alarm. We're talking a company-wide code red, with one single urgent mission: save ChatGPT from a rival that is advancing and advancing fast.
And this is where the story just gets wild. Look at this timeline. It's a complete role reversal. Just 3 years back, Google's founders were huddled in emergency meetings, totally panicking that ChatGPT was about to eat their search empire for lunch. Now, it's OpenAI that's on the back foot, scrambling to figure out how to respond to Google.
So, you gotta be asking, how did we even get here? How did the frontrunner, the one everyone was chasing, suddenly end up in a full-blown emergency? Let's dive into what this code red actually means inside OpenAI.
Well, the crisis went public in a big way when Marc Benioff, the CEO of Salesforce, a huge voice in corporate tech, just went on X and announced he was ditching ChatGPT for Google's Gemini. He didn't just switch, he called the leap insane. I mean, that is a massive public endorsement for Google that sent absolute shockwaves through the industry.
And we know from leaked memos that this isn't just talk. This is serious. Sam Altman has slammed the brakes on major new projects, indefinitely. We're talking a whole advertising platform, AI assistants for shopping and health, even a new personalized assistant they were calling Pulse. All of it is on hold. Why? So every single person and every resource can be thrown at making the core ChatGPT better.
Okay, so what is this challenger that's causing all the chaos? Let's talk about Google's new model, Gemini 3. This is the AI that literally forced OpenAI to hit the big red panic button.
Now let's just look at the numbers, because they really do tell the story. These aren't just tiny wins for Gemini. On these really tough benchmarks that test things like PhD-level scientific knowledge and super complex abstract reasoning, Gemini 3 is way ahead. I mean, look at that ARC AGI 2 score. It almost doubles it. That is a massive, massive leap in what these things can do.
And it's not just reasoning. The dominance continues in math and coding. The data shows Gemini 3 just has a better natural intuition for math. And for coding, its ELO rating, which is basically a skill score like they use for chess grandmasters, is almost 200 points higher. That means it's just flat out better at writing complex, efficient code.
So, do these better scores actually matter in the real world? Oh yeah, they translate directly into users. A lot of users. Now, ChatGPT still has more weekly users, for sure, but Gemini has just skyrocketed to 650 million monthly active users. It's closing that gap, and it's doing it fast.
But this comeback story isn't just about better benchmarks. This wasn't an accident. Google's return is really built on 3 core foundational pillars that give it a crazy strategic advantage in this whole AI war.
It really comes down to 3 huge, and I mean huge, advantages. First up, infrastructure. Google builds its own custom AI chips, these TPUs. That gives them a home field advantage on speed and efficiency. Second, data. I mean, come on, nobody has more data than Google. They train on everything from search, YouTube, Gmail, you name it. And third, integration. They can push Gemini right into the products that billions of us already use every single day.
And this really gets to the heart of their different playbooks. Think about it. ChatGPT is a destination. You have to decide to go to it. But Gemini, it's an ecosystem that comes to you. It's already waiting for you in your email, in your documents, on your phone. For getting people to actually use it, that is a gigantic advantage.
So you can bet OpenAI isn't just sitting back and taking this. Faced with what is, frankly, a huge challenge, they're launching a massive counteroffensive to try and reclaim that top spot. And they have to, because this race is getting more crowded by the day.
And the centerpiece of their counterattack has a pretty interesting internal code name. Garlic. Yeah, Garlic. This is expected to be released as GPT 5.2, maybe even as soon as this month, and it is OpenAI's direct answer to Gemini 3. And if you look at what they're trying to build, it's basically a checklist of everything Gemini does well. They're going right after the areas where Google took the lead: math, speed, making fewer mistakes.
Sam Altman said he wants to deliver holy shit moments, not just tiny updates. This is their shot at doing just that.
But you gotta remember, this is not just a two-horse race anymore. Not by a long shot. Every other tech giant is watching this like a hawk and hitting the accelerator on their own AI plans. We're talking Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Anthropic, even Apple. This has turned into a full-blown arms race.
Okay, so we've got corporate drama, code reds, secret projects, but what does any of this high-stakes competition actually mean for you? Let's talk about why all this chaos is, well, ultimately a really good thing for all of us.
At the end of the day, why should you or I care about these internal memos and these benchmark scores? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. This intense rivalry is the single biggest thing driving innovation right now, and it's forcing both of these companies to give us more value faster.
Here's the bottom line. This fight is fantastic for everyone. If you're a ChatGPT user, get ready for some major upgrades as OpenAI fights to get its crown back. If you're a Gemini user, Google's going to keep its foot on the gas. And for businesses, the takeaway is clear. The days of relying on just one AI are over. The smart play now is to use multiple tools and pick the best one for whatever you're trying to do.
So let's just recap how wild this is. 3 years ago, Google was panicking because of ChatGPT. Today, OpenAI is panicking because of Gemini. It just goes to show you, in the super fast-moving world of AI, nobody's lead is safe. And this constant battle to be number one, that's the engine that's driving all the progress for us, the users. The real winner here is you.
Believe me, this AI arms race is really just getting started. To stay ahead of the curve and keep up with all the twists and turns, make sure you subscribe and keep leveling up your brain.